Loyalty is a mirage until it's challenged. Most folks never probe it. They take it for granted, convinced by sweet words, shared laughs, and moments together as proof of devotion. But Machiavelli would have scoffed at that notion. He understood. In his realm and ours, loyalty isn't declared, it's unmasked. The only way to see who's genuine is to test them, subtly, calculatedly, ruthlessly if needed. Because, truthfully, most around you aren't loyal to you, they're loyal to what you offer, your power, your prestige, your focus. When those perks vanish, so do they. Machiavelli believed true loyalty shines not in calm waters, but when stakes are high. That's why he crafted tests, small, deliberate disruptions, not to wound but to reveal. You don't ask, are you loyal? You place them where loyalty demands a price. That's when facades crumble. The first test, dim your spotlight. Stop praising them. Stop giving attention. Stop affirming their place in your world, just briefly. Observe their reaction. If they turn distant, resentful, or start gravitating toward others, they were never yours, they chased the feeling you provided. That's not loyalty, that's ego dependency. Machiavelli knew those tied to their ego are loyal only to their reflection in your gaze. True allies don't fade when the praise stops. They don't need your glow to know their value. In fact, when you pull back, real loyalty steps closer, it checks in. It holds firm. But the false, they drift or latch onto someone more useful. Let them go. You didn't lose them, you exposed them. The second test is subtler. Sow uncertainty, mention. A bold decision, a risky venture, a new path, something signaling change. Watch their response. Are they encouraging, or do they turn hesitant, critical, overly cautious? Machiavelli would say, the loyal embrace audacity, the disloyal cloak fear as counsel. This test shakes their comfort. If your shift threatens their ease or outpaces them, their insecurities surface. A true friend adapts to your evolution. A false one tries to tether you to where they felt secure beside you. They won't oppose outright, they'll murmur, I just don't want you to fail, or is this really wise? Beneath it, they're saying, don't outshine me. Be precise here, observe, don't react. Let them talk, they'll reveal whether they're guarding you or their own spot in your shadow. The third test is stark, but revealing. Go quiet. Not to play games, not to punish, but to create space. See who steps forward and who vanishes. Machiavelli would note absence. Exposes absence. Those who only appear when you're vibrant, succeeding, or entertaining. They're spectators, not supporters. Real loyalty is subtle, it notices you're quiet, reaches out without fanfare. It's the voice asking, you've been distant, you okay? Not demanding your response. This test stings because it shatters the myth of mutual care, but illusions are traps. Machiavelli knew the greatest danger to any leader wasn't the enemy beyond, it was the betrayal within. Treat your life like a fortress. Not everyone who smiles at the gates belongs inside. The fourth test, show a moment of weakness. Let them see you uncertain, struggling, needing support. Not dramatic, just real. Then watch. This is where loyalty either solidifies or fractures. Some are only loyal to your strength, idolizing your image, not your reality. When they see a flaw, they retreat not from care, but because your vulnerability unsettles them. They weren't supporting you, they were climbing your strength. If it falters, they seek another ladder. Machiavelli would say, the one who stays when the foundation trembles deserves to stand with you when it's restored. Finally, the fifth test, the sharpest, offer a chance to gain by betraying you. Subtle, strategic, not overt, but tempting, a moment where choosing themselves over you benefits them. Watch closely. Do they warn you first, conceal it, justify it later, or come clean up front? This test doesn't just show loyalty, it exposes their values, and values don't lie. Most will fail one of these tests because most aren't built for true loyalty, they're wired for convenience, for gain, for appearances. But Machiavelli cared about results, not facades. These tests bring clarity. You'll lose people, but you gain peace, loyalty forged in trials, not promised in ease. You don't need a crowd, just a few. Two, even one, who stand firm when there's no reward, who guard you when you're not watching. Most live surrounded by shadows, people who nod, cheer, then vanish in hardship. Machiavelli called it what it is, disguise, a quiet stage of affection hiding self-interest. Unless you test, you'll build on sand, trusting loyalty that was never there. Testing isn't cruelty, it's responsibility. It's not creating betrayal, it's uncovering it. People will call you cold, say you've changed, claim you don't trust. They're right, you don't, not until they've earned it through Machiavelli's trials of allegiance. Trust isn't handed out freely, it's fought for, not with words, but with consistency. When you test, faces you thought were steadfast begin to waver, conversations shift, intentions are questioned. That's the sign it's working. A false friend isn't always malicious, sometimes they're just weak, buckling under pressure, shifting with the wind, needing you to stay convenient. Machiavelli would say, the weak mistake strength for harshness. Don't falter here. When your instincts signal disloyalty, when your energy drains around them, when you hide your wins to avoid their shade, you already know. Don't delay. The inevitable. Machiavelli sought control, not comfort. You can't afford to guess loyalties, not if you're building, climbing, or wielding influence. Your time, your silence, your energy carry weight. Know who stands with you, don't hope or assume. Here's the paradox. Testing reveals the loyal as clearly as the disloyal. When you pull back and someone steps forward, not for gain, but for you, that's alignment, not performance. It's rare, but it's gold. One loyal ally outweighs 100 convenient ones. Loyalty isn't loud. It doesn't need applause. It's steady, present, felt most when you're uncertain, quiet, or faltering. They don't leave, they stay. Not perfectly, but truly. Machiavelli's tests need no confrontation, just observation patterns. Silence, withdrawal, opportunity. Let others expose themselves. Their loyalty, or lack of it, speaks louder than words. Most fear this clarity, preferring illusion over truth. But every day you keep a disloyal person close. You betray yourself. Loyalty is your fortress. Every false friend is a crack. Don't patch cracks with sentiment. Tear out what's weak. Rebuild with stone. Start quietly, precisely. Pull back. Create friction, not to break bonds, but to test their strength. The right ones endure. The wrong ones fall. When they do, let them go. No explanations. Just silence. That silence is your power. Where it move forward, there's peace when the wrong ones leave. At first, it feels empty, but it's not. It's clarity, space for what strengthens you. Machiavelli knew power grows in clean rooms, not crowded ones. Every false friend removed purifies your circle. Their presence corrodes, blurs your vision, dulls your edge, breeds hesitation. Hesitation is death in ambition, in strategy. Test to protect your energy, your legacy. Those not truly with you are quietly against you, their weakness clashing with your strength. Make testing a habit, not a one-off. Loyalty isn't verified once. It's checked like a gatekeeper. Machiavelli feared the ambition within his circle, not the rebellion beyond. History proved him right. Empires fell from internal decay. Friends turned foes, allies turned enemies, unnoticed or ignored. But you won't ignore. You orchestrate, watching reactions, noting who follows, who fades, who bends when tempted. Stay silent, surgical. Accusations invite lies, observation reveals truth. Be the mirror they don't see, the silence that hears. Asterisk. Loyalty isn't just how they treat you, it's how they defend your name in your absence. How they move when power shifts, when unsure, vanish. Watch who stays when there's no gain. Most crave belonging, but Machiavelli wrote for the dominant. Control comes from selective alliances, a fortified circle, loyal by design. Real loyalty doesn't need constant feeding, it guards silently, strengthens in darkness, leans enduring pain. When you find that rare ally, it's everything one. Who defends without prompting, steps in before you ask. That's when you realize you don't need a crowd to feel supported, just one who's real. Testing others turns the mirror on yourself. Are you loyal in silence? Do you protect those who trust you, or vanish when it's inconvenient? True power isn't just commanding loyalty, it's embodying it, fiercely, for the few who earn it. Guard their secrets, stand with them when it costs you. That's the transformation Machiavelli hinted at, from ruling others to ruling yourself. When you find the rare ally who passes every test, spotlight, withdrawal, uncertainty, silence, vulnerability, temptation, they become your core, sacred. Your focus sharpens. Your execution cuts cleaner. You stop explaining. Stop watching your back. You have eyes behind you, guarding your space so you can win uninterrupted. Most never reach this. They fear testing, fear solitude, fear truth. But Machiavelli reminds you, respect outweighs affection in power's game. Precision isn't cruelty, it's survival. You're not here to cling, you're here to lead. To see the battlefield before it forms. Test the quiet ones, the smilers, the agreeable. When they fail, cut cleanly, no ceremony, just absence. The few who remain, forged by fire, are your strength. They don't need praise, just access, and they use it to fortify you. Move differently, speak less, watch more. Every conversation is data, every silence a test, every betrayal a cut. The world quiets, not empty but fortified. You crave stillness, where loyalty speaks your values, not just your words. Asterisk Machiavelli knew power draws deception. So stay sharp in judgment, memory, boundaries. Forgive if it serves, but never forget betrayal returns in new guises. Most betrayals whisper a missed word, a hesitant defense, a door shut when it should have opened. Unless you listen, you'll miss it. Make testing your lifestyle. Trust behavior, not momentum endurance, not admiration. Real loyalty shines when you're vulnerable, when you offer nothing, when your path wavers. That's when masks fall, opportunists flee, and the real stay, not with gestures, but presence. Don't second-guess a failed test. Don't soften it with empathy or history. Cut before the crack widens. The worst betrayals come from too many chances. Loyalty isn't accidental, no one's loyal by mistake. If they falter under pressure, they'll falter again. Make the cut clean, no warnings, no final talks. Power is silent, precision is silent. The only sound is the door closing. Then reorganize, recalibrate, move lighter, sharper, cleaner. This isn't paranoia, it's sovereignty. Building an unshakable mind, business, or world. Every failed test trades illusion for certainty, certainty of who's real, who's past the fire. While others waste time on drama, you act, surrounded by the proven. Machiavelli didn't say trust no one, he said trust wisely, selectively, strategically. Trust what's tested, not once but always. When it holds, reward it with loyalty returned. Not praise. Betrayal is common, true allegiance is rare. Honor it like a weapon forged for your defense. When the dust settles, what remains isn't just a circle, it's a throne. A place of absolute clarity where you know who's real, who failed, and who you are.